Hey there, welcome back and thanks for joining me. Okay, I'm trying something new and I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I've been playing a little bit with cutting pages out of, old books, things like that. And going to put it on a card. No, I don't have a card. So I've been playing a little bit with cutting pages out of a book or magazine or whatever you want to and kind of making a card. And then I thought, oh, it'd be really cute to paint on it and have a little sediment here and sentiment, not sediment, whatever. So anyway, a border, it has potential, but I got tired of fooling with it with flowers that I actually paint. So here's where I got to looking, and this is kind of developed. I sprayed this with Kmart varnish, and it pretty much will make it, I don't know, waterproof, resistant, something on that order. And I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to play. I'm going to see what works well, what doesn't work well. And then when I have an idea of what works, I'm going to come back to this one and do a flower. And see, I don't know, I may make a card. It'd be cute as a picture or something. That was a little darker. I may practice on that one and do this one. But anyway, so let me get my stuff together and we'll do this. Okay, I think I got everything. Let me pull it in because I don't have a big sheet of paper. You can see a little bit here. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try out different stuff that I do. The first one being ink and my Blanco, Pinata Blanco. I'm going to try that, see how that blows out. Then I want to try my petals. I want to try Wispy. I want to try the acrylic ink just to see what it does. Now, something that I probably should have done is I sprayed this one really good. It was shiny. It was wet. Possibly 2 coats. It may act different. If I like this, I'll experiment that. But I experiment with that. The words are just jumbled. So, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do, I've got my Tim Holtz blowing tool. I've got my Blanco in here. I'm going to put down a drop. Put down a drop. And let's see. Wow. Does good. A little transparent, but still, that's not bad. That's not bad. Let me put a couple things of white and just one ink. So 2 drops of white. I want to see what this does. Because supposedly the more white I put down, the more transparent, but it's also going to be lighter. Now, if I keep working this back into its spot, okay, so on white paper, that would have totally covered it. On this, you've got a little tint to the paper itself, the writing, and the fact that I'm dealing with a spray and not the photo paper. So, but still, I could do that. I could live with that all day long. That's pretty cool. Okay, so there's that. Let's do a little wispy. So I need my blow dryer, and I've got my Revlon. A little bit about its settings. There are other dryers like this, so just make sure you have the settings you need. This one has a cool, and it's a high volume, but no heat. Here's a low volume and heat. Here's a high volume and heat. So that's the only 3 things, and I like it. So let's do this. I've got a little bit of alcohol here. I've got this color. Put down a little bit there, a little bit there. And see, the Kmart kind of acts as a barrier. Yeah, not as great on the Wispy because you don't pick up. But still, if you were wanting to do a flower and then do some outline, that'd be perfect. I'm really liking this. I am. Okay. What else? I'm going to do a drop of the, shoot, what is this called? Pitch Black. I'm going to put it here. We'll dry it. I really like Pitch Black for a center because, well, I hit it, but normally it doesn't run. Some of them will run, and this may be a different reaction on this type paper too. Again, this is the first time I've ever done this. I was sitting there actually sewing, and I looked over and went, that's what I'm going to do. So I just kind of thought I would investigate and bring you along and see what we discover. Okay. I'm going to do the airbrush on this one. Now this is, I love this one. It's got the moisture catcher here. It's got a dial. You can move it how you want to. I'm sitting at about 40 right now. These, if I tighten that bolt up, it stays firm. But this is the TC320. It's a master. That's the name of it. Really, really like it. I think it's well worth the money. You won't have to have another one. I bought a small one that did not have any adjustments on it. I think it only went to about 25. And me comparing with my hand, I should have saved that 50 bucks. Put it on this. So that's at about 40. I'm going to leave it just because I don't want to take up time to mess it. Usually when I'm doing petals, I'll bump it down to about 25 or 30. But I'll just have to hang back and not be real aggressive with it. Okay, so I'm going to put this down. Let it activate some of this black. And I picked the black because of it looking a little antique-ish. Now notice I'm still back here. Now I'm just now starting to go and move it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It appears the page looked like it got wet. I'm not sure what that white is. If it's the alcohol messing with this paper and the Kmart or what, but it still has some cool effect to it. So let me do a few. I could see where this could be really neat. This was about 3 or 4 drops on this one just to see. See how it looks kind of wet? I try to tap it per drop so you can kind of see what I'm doing. That's just interesting. We'll do one more. Yeah. Just not sure. Okay, and there was one other. Oh, the acrylic. So this is the acrylic ink. I'm loving this, by the way. This is my favorite so far. So here is white, and I'm about out. I want to show you something. This is Hobby Lobby $6.99. Okay, it's a fluid ounce. This is, where's my ounces on it? 6. 6 times 7, 42. $42 to buy this amount in this. Buy this one, have it. Have it first. But then I buy this, I don't know, $11 to $15. Still only 2 of these. So there you go. And this twist off. Fill up your stuff. Well, let's see. Oh, just squeeze. It's been a while. Yeah, just like that. So, yeah, I like to be a little smarter than work harder. There you go. There's my smarter of the day. All right. So we're looking at $7 versus $2 an ounce. Yeah, pretty good stuff. All right. We'll take this. I don't know what I'm going to do with the white. I'm just grabbed a white and I grabbed my sap green. You know how I like my sap green. It does really well in this. I'm going to do a few things that I do with the acrylic ink is that I'm going to take a wedge and I'm going to do my leaves, and then I'm going to do squiggles and see how both of them act. Now this paper I'm using is very resistant. You can see how it beads up. It's the back of stickers. It's, I do my mailing labels. So reuse stuff, yeah. All right, here's one. I like it. It's very, I mean, it gets it. It puts it on there just fine. No complaints. I put a lot right here, and you can see how it's leveling back out. But these two, yeah, it's pretty good. So I like that. The acrylic does really well on it. Let's see what white does, and just for a second comparison. Woo. Okay, instantly it's picking up the ink, but so yeah, I like that. All right, I'm gonna take my airbrush again, and I'm gonna take, because I don't have a thing up here, I'm just gonna take the back of a brush, put it here, put it here. Yeah, it squiggles like the others do. You can't see it as well because you're not on a white surface, but it still squiggles like it should and like I'm used to it doing. Yeah, so that's the same. So yeah, I'm I'm kind of happy about this. So we can see what it does and if we like it or not. The white on here is starting to go away, so you're left with your ink. That's interesting. Love that. That I can see you can do stuff with if you were going to outline it. And what I mean by that is, say, let's say this is the flower. Use a bigger side. You know, do something like that. And that way you can draw your petals for those that doodle really well. So, yeah. Okay, let's get going. We've learned what we need to learn. Show you how old this is. That's just tearing easy. But hey, Fruit and Vegetable Protection is the book. Okay. So, I'm going to do this and leaves. I think that'll be cool. I'm excited about this. I really am. And I kind of want to do... So I'm looking at all the written stuff down to this paragraph that can be on a card. So there is what I'm looking at. Okay. I got my idea. And let me get my colors. Do I want the blue? Kind of like the blue. Nah, I want something different. I kind of want to do tradition. So there's a, what is this? Crimson. Almost. My crimson is just, I may run out. So what I think I'm going to do is do maybe 3 petals. Hopefully it'll last that long. And then in between those petals, I'll do poppy field. Do I want to do poppy field? I'll do poppy field. Okay. Scratch that. Crimson is no more. So we are doing poppy field. I am out. Whew. That's really, really red. That's pretty. I wanted some variance, so I put 3 drops of white instead of 1 because I wanted to get some differences there. It's wanting to, the other one on the photo paper seems to flare out. This one seems like it's wanting to shoot in a straight line. I'm not sure why. Could be user error. It could be all kinds of stuff, but that's just something I've noticed. So I'm kind of jutting it over a little bit. That's interesting. It really is. I want a bud, but I kind of want it here, but I want my stem to do, I can still put it over there. So I'm just going to do a little something right here. Now I got to remember it cuts off here if I'm doing a 4x6. I'm just going to do that. I don't even know what I want to do with it yet, but it may be a bud. It may be just a little flower. Okay, very cool. All right. Here is my sap green. And flip around? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to come through here like that. Yeah, it'll work. Okay, that is that. Now I gotta remember this is not showing up. But you know what? For a picture, I'm going to do the whole thing. If I'm making a card out of it, I would have to know it stopped there. But we're going with a picture here. And I'm going to use this one. This is just like the big wedge I was using. It's a Princeton Art Brush. Auto brush. So it's just little. It's a little bit smaller, and to me it's a little easier. The other one I love. It intimidates me a little bit, but on bigger things it's perfect because it requires big movement. This one you can get by with little stuff. Still do your big if you want, but it's easier to think small. This one I want to think really big on. So my first thing I'm going to do, and I dab it off. I don't want it chunked on there, but I don't want it, you know, you just got to get it just right. I'm going to do a leaf that comes down. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to do this. Now, this out here, normally you would see on white. You're not seeing it on this. So this is just, you're going to have to either go through and put another line in or just leave it. And I'm just going to leave it. You see enough of it. You know what it's doing. You get the gist. It's interesting. I do want to do, I'm going to do some splatters, but I'm going to do them at the end. What do I want to do with my flower? I don't know that I want to do an outline because there's so much here. It's already very busy. I think to do an outline would be doing a little bit. I'm going to take some black, and I don't know that I'm going to do the kind of traditional center. I think I'm just going to kind of indicate a little bit and kind of blow it, and let's see what it does. I mean, we'll see. And I'm shooting from the hip. I have no plan right here. So if you think, what is she doing? She doesn't know either. Well, it dried. Okay, I was hoping it would send out little things. Let me put some more down. Not quite that big, but that's the end of it. Yeah, it's all right. I'm going to swap to my airbrush. I'm going to do this. Nope, that's too much, but again. What do I want to do here? I think I'm just going to do something like this. So my head's already spinning a little bit trying to figure out what else I could do. The centers I'm not thrilled with, but you know, again, we're playing. We're really just trying to see what we'll do. And all right, I'm gonna do this up knot. This is acting so different. And I don't know if it's just because I'm doing it on top of ink or what. So, yeah, not loving a lot of this. And I wonder if I take micro brush, put a little, if I could move some of that around. Yeah. Because I'm not overly hating. That's so sad. I'm not overly hating everything. I just didn't like that one. That is a little better. Yeah, that's just kind of weird. I think I'm going to end with the black on top. I didn't like the white as much. But I don't want it to be, I want it to be that. I'm happy. Definitely tape down your picture. I've been chasing this thing. Okay, so for experimenting, I like this. I really do. I do. I think not outlining is good. The leaves say that what they need to. I like this. I do. Okay. I'm gonna go with it. I am. This is pretty interesting. So, all right. Go play. Go play with something. Just have fun. You never know what you learn, because the next time I do this, I'll do, no, I don't know. I may not do a whole lot different. The squigglies I would do different. But they also look, they look pretty good on the paper with writing. I mean, that says something, and the flower's not so bad on it. So, hey. All right. Thanks for watching, and y'all go have fun. Play with different things. Experiment. Have fun. Okay, you knew we weren't done. Just in case you want to see. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? It's shiny. Isn't that cute? So, yeah. Go out there and have fun. Be careful with this old paper, though. It was ripping on me. Luckily, it stuck down fine. But, yeah, I'm happy. All right, y'all go have fun.